So, hello friends, I am Harpal Singh from Mindmine Global, and today we have Miss Shiny Arora. She is there in Canada. She has completed her studies as an MBA student, and now she is working over there. Now, today I want to speak to her regarding her life that she has spent in Canada as a student. So, hi Shiny, how are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I'm also doing fine. So,
Yeah.
just wanted to, share this with our students, like why you did this MBA program from Canada. So first of all, please tell why you chose Canada as a destination for study.
Uh, actually, I always wanted to do an MBA, but in India, I was stuck in my job and never got a chance to do it. So after my marriage, when we were in Africa, I didn't get any. It was like the job options that were not really good there. So I wanted to do something because I was idle that time. And one of my husband's friend, he was in Canada, so he recommended us. And why you, if you want to do an MBA rather than going back to India, so why don't you come here? Like the life is good here, and the education, everything is good. So I was like, yeah, why not give it a try? So yeah,
Okay.
there my journey started, and I met with an consultant. So yeah, so that's how I would say that's all how it started.
Right. So, and then when you finally made a decision to study in Canada, so you
Yeah.
chose UCW, University Canada West, as your study
Mm-hmm.
destination. So, tell me something about that decision.
Well, for me, to be honest, I didn't know like what is the process and how like what are the options for me because I had a study gap for almost about 7 years. So I was told by some of the consultants that you should go to Australia or some other country that Canada doesn't accept gaps and all those things. So
Right.
I was not sure, but my consultant told me that that's not the story, and I would say that he did a great job. And he was like, "It's all depends, what is the story behind it, and why was the gap? As long as your gap is genuine and you tell the visa officer your genuine reasons, there is no problem." And that's the example for myself. So
So
yeah,
what I
that was
understand,
the
sorry. So what I understand is that it was a study gap. Like but you were working during that duration. You were not, sitting idle or maybe
yeah, yeah.
unemployed at
I
that.
was Yeah, I was working, and but after marriage, I took a little break. But yeah, actually, most of the time I was working continuously. There was no gap. I think more than I would say maximum there would be 5 or 6 months, but I was working continuously.
Right.
But to be honest, I don't think so that there is any problem with that because I have seen so many students in UCW that they have come from the other countries like Iran, and even they have kids, so they got their visa. So I don't think so that's a big problem as long as you justify your reason and you have a genuine reason of taking a break or something. Because the people here, like the Canadians, so many people have seen they have. Taken a break from the study because most of the time they pay for their study and college fees themselves, so they go and earn money and do some job and then they go back and resume their study. So I think the government understands if you give a genuine reason, right, that why you quit your study and what were you doing during that time. If it makes sense, I don't think so that's an issue. So yeah, coming back to your question, why I chose UCW, I would say I did not. It was not something that I chose. Actually, it was recommended by my consultant.
Right.
So when I went to their website, I didn't feel that there is something wrong in going to this university because It was in Vancouver, so that's one of the most famous cities in big cities in Canada as well. And my husband's friend was also nearby the city, so we thought, because I was coming alone initially, so we thought, yeah, based on those things, it would be comfortable if, if I know someone. But yeah, I would say it all depends to your preferences, that where you want to go, and if you have some friends or if you're coming alone, you want to try other destinations, you can go there as well.
Right.
But for me, I had my own reasons, so it's not that I just chose, like, I didn't choose other colleges. It's just that he just recommended, and I researched online by
Yeah.
myself,
Maybe
and I
based
was
on
like,
your
okay,
profile, he would have, suggested this one,
yeah,
right?
yeah, I
Okay.
would say, yeah, that could be another reason.
Fine, that's great. So that is one of the biggest hurdles that people with long gaps or maybe 5, 7, 8, 10 years of gaps have. Now that you
Yeah.
joined UCW, how was your overall experience with the university, like the teaching or maybe the faculty? How was it?
Yeah, definitely it was a new experience because, as I said, I also had a gap in my studies, so I didn't know that how it is in India these days. But when I graduated, it was little different. So altogether, it was a new experience, and of course, there was a different culture you come across. But I would say that they did a great job in
That's great.
welcoming you, in welcoming you, because and I would recommend students to attend the orientation sessions, because some of the students I have seen, they don't attend and they just come and then they go in between. So that's not a good thing. You should stay and take their 2 or 3 days classes, like the whole day. They tell you about the culture in the Canada, and then they give you some useful resources, that how you should what's the accommodation options, and what is the culture. So yeah, I would say you should attend those
Great.
sessions. That's really important. Yeah, and you can also go and ask them personally. The staff is helpful, so if you have any questions. Yeah, and I would also say you do a little bit research on your own too. It
Right.
will help you get adjusted faster.
Right.
Yeah.
So the student support services, as you mentioned, are quite good
Yeah.
here in the UCW University. Great. That's great. So what was
Yeah,
your
I
specialization? What did you study over there?
well, it's a MBA general, so it doesn't provide any specialization. So it has the courses like leadership, accounting. So it gives you a generic overview,
Overall perspective, right? So the different
overall
perspective. Yeah.
perspective. Yeah, so I would give you one example. So what they say, like some of the student raised that questions, like how it would help, because so they say it's just an overview, like if you become a manager or something, you should be able to read the account statements. It's not that you have to do the accounting. You just need to see the profits and losses. So they make you that much able with their courses, that you do,
Right.
like the
I
some kind
understand.
of things, because
Right.
yeah, if you're manager in a industry, you don't need to know the technical things. So that thing is there. But yeah, if you want to go in the field, for example, you want to go for HR or something, you would definitely need an specialization after doing an
Okay.
MBA.
Fine.
Yeah.
So basically, this is this is about everything, little bit of everything of all the aspects of business, so that somebody who's working as a position of say general manager, so he should
Yeah.
understand, what is going around in all the departments rather than just one particular specialization, right?
Yeah, that's true. And they are continuously improving in their courses and, the platforms, I would say, because I remember when I was graduating, they introduced a new course called something related to the banking, because I used to work in a bank there. So I find it really interesting, but I could not do it because it was my last term there. But what I heard, that created something like banking simulation exercise or something
Yeah,
where
right.
you will act as a bank manager and you would need to run the branch. So that was really good. But yeah, I would say they are improving on those things
I think I
and
should have asked
regularly
this
updating.
question. When did you graduate? Like, which year did you graduate?
It was last year, 2019.
1919. So we
Yeah.
have seen certain, developments and changes in the
Yeah.
UCW approach and curriculum, because there's a lot of, promotional activities also going on, and a lot of students
Hmm.
are also now going to UCW, especially those who have an experience of say 5 to 10 years, right? So tell me
So
some,
many, so
yeah,
many.
so many.
Hmm.
So now my next question is that tell me something about the class schedules, because I have a lot of students who are in the age group of say 30 35. Now they say
Hmm.
we studied say 10 years back, or at times 15 years back. Maybe we would not be able to cope up with the schedule of the studies. So is it
Hmm.
comparable to what happens in India, like in the morning you go and you come back in evening or late night? How are the classes
Hmm.
scheduled? All these things, if you can just throw some light on this.
Sure, I can tell you my own experience, but yeah, another thing that you have to, like all the students have to keep in mind that they are changing their, the way they do it. So you have to check those things like the updates. I'm not sure if it's the same thing now because I have
Right,
seen they have changed the way they register for courses.
right,
Earlier, it used to be you have to go in person. Now they have made it online,
right,
so that's the biggest change. So yeah, the course, like the availability and the schedules, they give you a lot of flexibility in there. You have a morning classes, afternoon classes, and evening classes as well. It also depends how it also depends on you actually, how you want to do it, like like the way you are comfortable with. If you're comfortable going just 2 days and do studying from morning to night, you can enroll for those classes. If you want to go like you need a little gap and you want to relax a little bit, you can enroll in 4 days, but then you have to go for 2 or 3 hours to attend each lecture. So that's the another part. So it totally depends on your preferences. For example, in my case, in some of like in one term, I believe I chose for going for 4 days and took just I used to go for 3 hours. uh, it definitely it wastes your time in terms of commuting and those things, but also I felt relaxed because after classes and then another class after 30 minutes break or something, sometimes you don't have a break, it's just after back to back classes.
right,
So I felt very tired, so I chose that one and I was really happy with that.
right.
But yeah, definitely if you some students prefer just to attend 2 days and then they take 5 days back, so but it is back to back classes. So those things. And the another thing is that you also have your I mean, when you start off, obviously you don't know any professors, but as you go, like you pass one or two terms, after that you will have interact you will come to know about so many professors, and sometimes you will choose your professor according to your wish, and maybe some seniors recommend you.
Right.
So that also plays a part in choosing the courses, because if you want that particular professor, then the timings would not that be whatever you want. So
Right.
maybe you get different professor in the timings that you want. So you have to choose what your preferences. You want a professor like about the one you want, or the timings are more important for you. So there are so many factors
So that's
that you
also
have
very
to see.
important. Like, if you like a faculty, or maybe you share some rapport. So that is a great thing, that you can, you have that flexibility to choose the faculty as well. So that's something really interesting, I think, which is with the university is offering. Now, let me
Yeah.
ask you, yeah, please, please.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, actually, it is there, but you have to be also very uh, alert. Like you have to be very fast in terms of choosing the courses and deciding the professor, because as soon as the window opens for registering the courses, all of the students jump on the same time. So
Okay.
you have to be very active. Like
Right.
for example, it starts at 9 a.m., so you have to be there. If you will miss that time and then of course you are in
So first
the
come, first
line,
serve
in
basis.
the queue. Yeah, first come first serve
That's
basis.
fine. Okay.
And they also do not, if you first, let's say if you send your request at 9 a.m. and then 10 a.m. you change your mind and you send another request, so they will consider the 10 a.m. request. They will cancel automatically your 9 a.m.
Great.
request.
So
Yeah.
I was about to ask a question. Let me ask you straight away. Can job and studies go hand in hand?
Mm.
I mean,
Of course, yeah, of course it can. I mean, again, I would say it depends on individual to individual. Like I was told that it was not that easy, and some of my friends they did not do job in their foundation courses, like when they started with the foundation or in the first term. But honestly, I was not that, I could not afford to sit because it's expensive as well. So
definitely.
if you can afford, and if you don't need that, urgently that money, and if you have enough, I would say that, yeah, one, you can give it a foundation or first term. You can, just go and adjust yourself in the university if it is not important for you. But if it is really important for you and you need some, because I would say on an average you need at least $800 here
In Vancouver,
per month.
where you lived.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So then just like it, you have to be keep that thing in mind as well. So, and of course, like job is 20 hours a week, and I don't think so it's that much that, you know, that you
Right.
cannot do. You can do. And there is another option that is really good, that you can tell your manager or something, that like you can tell in advance that for the coming week or it's my starting week, I would be able to only 10 hours. So it's not compulsory that you have to do 20 hours a week only.
Right.
Like you have to be very clear before joining your job. Don't get scared and talk to your manager that this is my first term or my exams are coming. So just tell them in advance that you just want 10 hours or 15 hours, or you want these days. They ask for your availability. It's not that, they will
That's
put
great.
you on schedule or
Right.
something. Yeah.
So what I understand is that on one side the university is also flexible, on the other hand
Yeah.
the employers here are also quite understanding. So working, I
Yeah.
mean the part-time work which you are allowed as a student is not a problem. So now
Yeah,
one
it's
more
not a
question
problem.
I
Yeah.
have about UCW is that I don't know whether it is truth or a rumor that it is difficult to clear MBA from UCW. How would you answer that?
Well, it's not
So this
only
question has
the
brought smile
question.
on your face. Maybe you have something,
Yeah.
It-
Yeah, because I have heard this question while I was doing my foundation course since till my last, I was till my last term, and I heard, and I'm hearing again from you. So that's not a new question for me.
okay.
So I would say, yeah, there are always good and bad things. It depends. It totally depends on you, I would say. So what's your priorities? So if you are working hard and if you're committed, I don't think so there is any problem. I have seen people, that they get mesmerized by, the beauty of Canada or just to a foreign country, that they forget
What the actual
what they are here,
right?
that they have to study as well. Yeah, you have to go out, you have to enjoy as well and do something, but you have to also know that you are here for study, and you have also some liabilities towards government, everything, and the university who gave you the opportunity. So if you will not do your assignments on time, and if you will miss the lectures, and you are not attentive in the class, you're not participating in the class, uh, you know so that won't help you,
Obviously,
of
that
course.
that can happen anywhere, be it Canada or anywhere else.
Yeah, yeah.
What I
So
understand,
that's an.
somebody as an average student, I would not say somebody who is in, scoring 90
Mhm,
percentage, or somebody
mhm,
around 60-70% throughout his life, and then a gap of say 10 years of study or 5 years of study, and then he comes to
mhm,
Canada, enrolls in an MBA program, be it UCW or anything, any other university. Would you say
mhm.
that it is okay to do that, and it is within the reach? if you're sensibly, prioritizing your things that you have to do.
Yeah, I will. Yeah, I mean, if you're doing it, I don't think so. That's that important. I am not that a topper. I'm also an average student, but of course, I would say it also depends. You know how easily you grasp the things. So there are students who are studying like 24 hours, and
My
there are
God.
students like me, who are just doing assignments in like one
Right.
day, sometimes in 5 or 10 hours. So yeah, it totally depends on your that thing, but I would say, yeah, if you are on track, and if you will, the professors give you assignments well in advance, and they also, before you start even the term, you will, once you're registered for your courses, you are able to view your curriculum, like the subjects. They give you the detail, what are the expectations, what would be the topics, and all those things. And they you will have access to the PowerPoint lectures of the professors as well, so you can start preparing from the beginning, and it won't give you that problem. And after they give you the assignment, they also give you generally sometimes a week, and sometimes 2 weeks, depends on how big is the assignment. So you if you will start, and if you will make a strategy for yourself, I don't think so that's a problem. Of course, if you will do in the last minute, then there is a problem. I have seen students asking for extensions, and that's not fair. And they are very professional about it. UCW, they do not, they are really strict about it, I would say. If you would not score 72% on each term, and like you have to maintain the GPA of 3. So if you will not maintain more than one term, they will ask you, they will give you a warning letter or something like
Oh,
that.
my God. Fine.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's fair. I think if they are giving you so much flexibility, that's also fair
Yeah.
that, you do your things or you do your assignments on time. That anybody would expect to, right? So all in all, I understand it was a good experience being here in Canada, studying at UCW, the MBA program, and
Hmm.
I believe you are quite satisfied with what you did, and we really wish you best for your future endeavors. Anything else you would like to share with our viewers or future students?
I would just say, if you are thinking to come about, you want to be in UCW, so I would say do your own research, and check for the courses what they offer. Don't assume that it would be easy or it would be too tough. It is okay, but you have to work hard to do that, and it's not that easy as well. The professors and the faculty is strict in terms of so many things, so please listen to them and don't take anything for granted. And the things like copyright and these things are really very strict here. So like the copying of assignments and those things, don't do
Okay,
that, please don't
not
do
like
that.
we do
So
in
those
India.
things, yeah, yeah, yeah. So don't do those things, because
Right,
they call it here plagiarism.
right, right.
So that's actually that's a crime here. So
Okay,
don't do
okay.
those things. And yeah, just be honest there. And if you're honest, and don't listen to anyone, any rumors, that they will fail you, or the people are like this. I forgot to just tell you, I had a scholarship as well, and I was told
That's
by
great.
some of the student, that
Mhm.
you have a scholarship, and then if you will disclose them, they will fail you, they will do
Oh
this.
my God.
So
Okay,
that's all bullshit. I just
okay.
got 10,000 scholarship,
Oh, that's
and
great. That's fantastic.
yeah.
Yeah,
So I used to get $2,000 every month. So I was getting I used to pay $2,000 less fees in my
that's great.
each
That's
term.
good. Okay,
Yeah,
that's
but
great.
yeah, you have to work hard to get that. If you will not be able, as I said, if your score will go down, they will cancel it. So you
Okay,
have to maintain it and you have to study hard.
that's
And as I said that I had my own personal reasons for choosing UCW or not. There is advantage of the government universities here, like the colleges like SFU and like Capilano University. Those are also here. So if you are not in that hurry and if you have time, I would say go and research about those things, the public institutions as well,
right.
as you have little advantage there. Like every university has its pros and cons. The private
I understand.
university makes your think faster,
Right, right.
and of course you get the leverage of deciding the courses. But in public institutions you have to wait. It's long waiting there.
I understand.
So so many factors, yeah.
Right, right. So one last question. I think I should have asked it earlier. How was
Hmm.
being here in Vancouver? How did it help you? Since sometimes people have to choose between a good university and not so great location. Now Vancouver is, as you mentioned, one of the best cities of not only Canada but the world. So how was
Yeah.
it being in Vancouver? Maybe I think it's in the downtown Vancouver. The university is there. So how
Yeah.
did it help you?
Well, it's super convenient. I would say the commute system is really good. You have SkyTrain stations, as we call in Delhi, our metro stations. I
Right,
used to call metro initially. So
right,
it's now I'm a habit of asking it, saying it a SkyTrain station.
right.
So yeah, it's like accommodation is little expensive in Vancouver.
Mhm,
If you will go to Surrey or Burnaby, the nearby cities,
mhm, mhm.
and the Richmond, that is little cheaper. But yeah, I mean it's not that expensive. You can also find little lesser as well. You have to search for really hard. Sometimes if you're lucky, you get it. So initially, when I came, I used to live in Surrey. Then I moved to Burnaby, and now I'm in Vancouver.
Okay,
So you have to keep searching for it. There are really good websites like Craigslist, and on Facebook there's a marketplace as well, so you can search for the accommodation there.
okay,
So yeah, and the SkyTrain connects from Surrey, from Burnaby to downtown, so that's not a problem. And from SkyTrain station, it's 5 minutes, less than 5 minutes
oh,
walk to the
great.
campus.
Right.
Yeah, so Vancouver, like the weather here is super comfortable. You will feel like
Can you
India.
just show
It's not
around
that.
behind you? I can see
Yeah,
a very
sure.
good,
So
bright sunny day. I
so
think.
right now you can see, yeah, it's a sunny day, I would
Right.
say.
It's a bright sunny day over there. So I think that's what people
Yeah.
in India would look forward to.
Yeah, so this is the backyard of my house.
Okay,
So you can say, yeah,
that's great.
this is, yeah, it's a sunny day today. So
Right.
yeah, in winters there is a snow
Right.
sometimes, but it doesn't last more than, sometimes I don't think so. I think maximum I would say month, but that's really maximum. I haven't seen more than 15 days.
Right.
So yeah, then it's little chill, but it's not that the
Like as compared to
we
other
hear
parts
it.
of Canada.
Yeah, like not as like Manitoba or there or Alberta, because there is super cold. But
Right.
here it's not that much. Like yeah, you can breathe. Yeah.
Okay, that's great. So I think all in all, we believe it was a great journey that you had, and we are really thankful to you, Shiny, for being
No
here, taking
problem.
out time
Yeah.
to update us about your life and what you did here in Canada as a student. I think a lot of students or the prospective students who are watching this would be really benefited by what you shared over here, because that's the first person account, right? Rather than listening to
Yeah.
anybody or any rumors which you also
Yeah.
clarified. I think that
Yeah.
was a great help from you. So thank you so much.
Yeah, another thing. Yeah, sorry, I just missed out one thing more.
Yeah, that's
That
it.
for UCW, one thing when we come here, I had it in mind. Like in India, universities they help you in the placements and those things. Don't have those expectations,
Okay.
because they do not take any liability for placing you, and they don't guarantee
Right.
you a
But
job.
I
So
understand
yeah,
these days they are starting with some fairs and they have some more understanding with the
yeah.
companies. I think the time has
Mhm.
changed a bit since you have
Yeah.
graduated.
Yeah, I was coming to that point only.
Yeah,
Yeah, that thing now they have organizing the career fairs
right.
and helping you, and there is a career department in the university.
Hmm.
They help you in building your resumes according to the requirements by the Canadian employers, and they help you with the resources that will help you to get a job. Like they will help you in other things, but it's not that, like as you get it in India. So don't bring those that mindset here.
Right.
Here
So
they are helping
nobody
you, but in
guarantees
another
that.
way.
Yeah,
Yeah,
nobody
yeah,
guarantees that.
in another.
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah, yeah. So you
So
have to work hard on your own also. Don't assume that they will help you and then they will serve a job on your plate. So yeah.
that would not happen anywhere. Yeah. So
Yeah,
that was a good information that you shared. Fine.
yeah,
So I think we would now like to wind up this session. Thanks for your time.
sure. Yeah, no
And all
problem.
those who are watching, if you are looking forward to study in Canada or study as an MBA student in Canada, you can just share this with your friends and like our channel Mindmine Global. Also subscribe so that others can also getting more information on it. So thank you, Shani, once again. Thank
You're
you
welcome. No
for
problem.
waking up early for this interview. Thank you so much.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you.
Okay.